Somebody asked me the other day, they said, yo, man, what did you do when you got your contract in 2018? I said, I went home. I was a little sad for a little while because I had lost my mom a year earlier, God rest her soul, after a long battle with cancer. And I said, so I licked my wounds there because I was sad because I knew the kind of money that I was earning, what I was going to be able to do for her if she had been alive. And I had never had a chance to do that, for her, what I would have been able to do for her after I signed that contract. But then ultimately I spent some time with my sisters and my family, my daughters and everything like that for the weekend. That Monday morning I woke up and they said, what were you thinking about? I said, my next contract. And I wasn't playing. I knew that I had 5.5 years to go. And I was thinking about 5.5 years down the road. What am I going to do and where am I going to be in 5.5 years? And that is my mentality always, to try to maintain 3, 5, 10 steps ahead, to see the forest from the trees, to anticipate the kind of things that are going to happen. So I'm not lost in the shuffle and we're not rewinding the clock back to 2009 where I'm asked out, unemployed, wondering what my prospects are, wondering whether or not I have any, living off my savings and knowing that I had about 6 to 8 months to survive on that. My goal is to never be in that position again. And so I think like that.
What is your vision? What do you envision for yourself down the road? Obviously you signed the massive deal with ESPN. You're Stephen A. Smith. You've come out with a podcast. Everybody knows this media landscape on the leveraging and building your own platform. Okay, I'm on this massive network. You might think you're building me up. Let me go show you how I can do it on my own as well. What does the North Star look like for you 5-10 years down the road?
Well, the North Star for me is to have that level of independence, to establish it in such a way where I'm there because I want to be there, not because I need to be there. I love working for Disney and ESPN. I love being associated with the world of sports. I think that's one of the 5 pillars in this nation that you want to attach yourself to if you can pull it off. And I'm certainly not interested in giving that up. But I'm neither going to lie nor be apologetic about what I want for myself. I've done a lot at ESPN. My contract's up in 17 months. I'm interested in staying if I have the opportunity to do an abundance of other things that I want to do. If that opportunity doesn't present itself, then I'll have decisions to make, and so will they. I own my own production company. I'm producing a docuseries. Actually, it comes out later this month. It's a 3-part series on the history of sports commentators. I've got another series that has been greenlit, a drama series that I've created that I'm not at liberty to talk about, but it has nothing to do with Disney or ESPN. I've created a drama series that's coming out. I've got my podcast, which is not really a podcast, it's a show. Why? Because I spent my own money in 7 figures to build my own television studio. I want people to look at it and think hybrid. It's not linear. It's not digital. It could be both. You want a linear sports show? Got you. You want a sports digital show? Got you. You want a podcast? Got you. You want a late night show? Done. You want an afternoon talk show? Fine. You want me to be another version of PTI or something like that? Good. You want another creation of First Take? Fine. You want me to create a weekly format show that would rival Real Time with Bill Maher or the John Oliver show or the Daily Show? Fine. Whatever it is, I can do it, because I've shown I can do it. And so that's where my mentality is, having the doors open, the opportunities available to me, and being in a position to explore things that I may have never imagined because I never knew it was available to me, because all anybody thought about when they saw me was sports. Now they don't think like that anymore. They see my range. So who's to say whether it's me or somebody else that wants to work with me comes forth with a level of creativity and ingenuity necessary to say, Stephen A., this is what we think we could do with you and for you. This is the kind of money that you can make. Because the one thing I will never apologize for, I am about my money. I want to get paid. I ain't apologizing for that shit to anybody. I'm not talking about Disney. I'm not talking about ESPN. I'm talking about colleagues, contemporaries, people who have been in this business, who knows what it takes to succeed. Look at my resume. Look at what I've accomplished. Oh, make no mistake, I intend to get paid. I can tell you that.
I'm telling you right now on this on YouTube when we post this, black and white, music behind it, subtitles, the whole thing. That thing is gonna go nuts. I know you.
Motiversity.
I know you got to lead, but obviously the competitive drive, the why, you have literally everything. And in sports, when you're on a team, your goal is to win the Super Bowl or the NBA championship. All these different things. So you're competing against other teams, but also internally in on the team you're at, you're competing with the guys around you. And so ESPN comes in, you talked about 2 billion views. You talked about being the man, number one for 12 years. And you see ESPN making a pivot to McAfee. Obviously great for the network. Sure. How do you, in your mindset, view a guy like McAfee who is extremely good at his job, in a lot of ways is changing the course of mainstream media and all those things from a competitive standpoint and also as a partner?
I'm an aberration in this regard. I love Pat McAfee.
He's a man.
Love him to death. Love him to death. I love his swag. I love the fact that he's an honest brother. He don't give a shit. He'll let you know exactly where he stands. That's my kind of dude. That works for me. Now, is he as polished politically as me? Nope. Because he has no desire to be, number one. And number two, if we're being honest, he's white and I'm black. He didn't have to be. I had to be. So I get all of that. And I'm not knocking him for it. I get it. Pat McAfee is a sensational talent. And it would be stupid for me not to root for him because he's one of the pioneers in this business, just like Bill Simmons is, just like Joe Rogan is, and others. What they have done for themselves in the digital stratosphere speaks for itself. I'm new to this. I'm a baby. I'm approaching 550,000 subscribers in 10 and a half months. People see me, oh my God, you're averaging over 2,000 subscribers a day. And look at the views per episode. It's just climbing and climbing. And look at the consistency, the growth, especially my guy Bailey, the social media guru. I mean, he's painting this beautiful picture every day. I'm looking at the fact that my numbers pale in comparison to those folks who have been there and have like a 4, 5, 7, 8 year head start on me. Why? Because I'm looking at who's number one and why. Okay? But in the same breath, don't get it twisted. I love Pat. Pat knows that. I'm rooting for him. I help him any way I can help him. But we know who number one in linear television is. You know, no backseat. You've been number one for 12 years. People come, people go. People come, people stay. But there's a top perch. Now, you could take it away, knock on wood. It could be next year. It could be next week. It could be 2 years, 5 years from now, whatever. But since 2012, it's been me with Skip Bayless, without him, with Max Kellerman, without him, with a potpourri of contributors. It don't matter. I come to win. And when it comes to linear television, that's exactly what the fuck I have done. And so my attitude is, as long as I'm doing it, I'm going to continue to win. McAfee or no McAfee, get up or no get up. It don't matter who it is, FS1, Comcast, whatever. You come for me, I'm coming for you. I'm here to win. Digital is different because I'm a baby. I'm crawling. I'm an infant. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't even learned how to walk yet. You understand what I'm saying? Let alone run and sprint. But once I get to that point, I'm going to come for folks then too. But in the process of doing so, it will never be to root for them to fail. And that's why I'm very guarded when people sit up there and they try to, I remember Dan Le Batard said one time, you know, he wants to ruin Skip's career and he had to retract that statement because that's totally false. I never want Skip to fail. I just don't want him to be number one over me. Same thing with Keyshawn, Michael Irvin, Richard Sherman. These are my boys. I don't want them to fail, but they know who's trying to be number one. And look, these are Hall of Famers. These are Super Bowl champions. All this stuff. When they roll up over there, yeah, man, we know you. I said, you know, I'm coming for you, right? You know, you don't expect to beat me. You understand? Now, of course, one day somebody can. Hell, it could be them or somebody else. But all in fun, I'm letting them know I don't ever root against you. I don't ever want you to fail. But in the same breath, it is perfectly within my right to want to be number one. And I want to be that guy that's at the top of the perch that reaches back, white and black, finding young talent, folks on the come up, inspiring and motivating and assisting others in being their best selves. But do I want you to be better than me? No. And I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure you're not better than me. I've done it in linear television. I'm going to continue to do it in linear television, at least as long as I have a contract to do so. And hopefully I'll be able to do it in the digital stratosphere as well. And then after that,
It's kind of production we're doing around here. You see
okay.
that? We're trying to throw you
Not
off.
7 figures in this one.
Talking about being the one.